Welcome to Tiruvannamalai, India. The first night I got here, I had jet lag and I walked out around 4 in the morning and I saw all these people walking barefoot. I was like, what is going on here? What are all these people doing? Why are they all barefoot and why are they all walking in the same direction? Well, turns out there's actually a really good reason for that, and I'll get into that and much more in this video. I'm here in India. It's my second day here. I've arrived at my destination. My accommodation here really had the best of both worlds because I had this fabulous view of the Arunachala mountain, and then I also was right off the Girivalam road where you saw all those people walking. That was literally my view from where I was staying. It was phenomenal. This was a very special place for me to visit because I had read about it. If you've ever heard of the sage Ramana Maharishi, this is where he spent his life. I'm at the rooftop of where I'm staying, and this is a very special view of an amazing mountain. And I had also read about various other sages that were pulled and drawn to the Arunachala mountain. And honestly, reading about these sages, reading about Ramana Maharishi, I was like, what is it? Really? It's a mountain. Like, is it really that amazing? But getting here, it's undeniable that there is something powerful going on. There is something going on here. It holds some sort of energy and you can feel it. It's like there's spiritual vibrations just in the air, in the atmosphere, and it's honestly like another world. This stuff is from a local temple. There's temples all up and down the street, so many different temples. We're in a very special part of India, and it's just... I traveled in India 4 years ago, and I saw so much of India. I traveled all around and saw many different like super spiritual, holy places that are pilgrimage sites, that people dream their whole lives of going to. Some of these sites that I went to, and I saw so many. But I didn't come here. And I actually thought next time I go to India, I want to go here where we are. There's a famous story about how Ramana Maharishi spent time here in this exact place that I am, where he was absorbed in higher consciousness and was completely ignoring his body and was literally being eaten alive by bugs. A cool thing about being here is that you could visit all of the spots that Ramana Maharishi famously was. That underground spot where Ramana Maharishi was famously getting eaten by the bugs is in this famous Shiva temple. It's common to stand in long lines and have long waits to get a few second darshan of this Shiva linga, which is what we did this evening. I took an impromptu trip to my guru's ashram. He's not here right now, but I'm doing lots of meditation in like really special, powerful, energetic places on the campus. And then around 6 p.m., I walk a 20-minute walk to go do a meditation with a really incredible, her name's Mother Mira, and she's amazing. And the meditations are super incredible and profound, and it's just amazing. A couple people that I met were coming to this area to have meditations with Mother Mira, and I told them about the ashram of my guru, and they decided to go. And then they came back to Tiru and just told me how amazing it was and that they had the best experience and that they felt that they could just meditate for hours and hours and hours and that the energy was just really amazing. And so it changed my mind, and I was like, I think I should go take a trip there. So it was about a 4.5 hour drive, and I stayed here for 5 days, and it was just really peaceful, and I was able to really drop in and just do lots of meditation and just keeping to myself. They fed me really good, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, chai 3 times a day, and it was just a peaceful, meditative, delicious kind of vibe. I've been doing the same walk every evening, and I don't think very many Westerners are around here because wherever I go, people, hi, hello, and they don't seem to speak much English. So these 2 guys spoke English, and they were driving by on a motorbike, and they like turned around and came up to me and were like, "Can I get a selfie?" So something here that's a real thing is that people love getting selfies with me. And when I first got to India, I was giving them to everybody, but I've completely stopped and no more selfies. My evening walks to go see Mother Mira took me on some interesting back roads. And just so you know, the reason I stopped giving selfies is because it was just a lot. One evening when I was at the temple and I was giving selfies and it just turned into a full-on selfie ambush. I had so many people continually coming up to me for selfies that one of my friends eventually came up to me and was like, "We're gonna go, like, you gotta stop giving these selfies." So I decided I didn't want to be ambushed anymore and I just wanted to be in peace and not give selfies. So for the most part, I stopped, but I would still give occasional selfies here and there. And now it's nighttime and I'm walking back. And as you can see, there's a star and there's the moon. And it's really beautiful. And the star is like this lone star out every night. I have a feeling it's a planet because it's super bright and like almost red colored looking. Here's another view of the beautiful star right on top of the building and the moon. Right now I'm just packing up all my stuff because I am going home. Or at least where I was staying before I came here. I've been there just over a month and I have another full week, another 7 days there. And what I've been doing there, besides I had satsang for a whole month with the Ma that I've been seeing, and I'm actually staying on her brother's property. He has a house and he built some rooms that he's renting out, so that's where I've been staying. That's where I've been living. And so I'm headed back there today. And what I've been doing there besides the satsangs is walking every day. In Tiruvannamalai, there's a famous thing that people come all over to do, and it's to do Girivalam Pradakshina, where you walk around the Arunachala mountain. And what I've been doing, I walked around it once. I tried to go barefoot. It was crazy. I ended up having to get socks and I almost got blisters, but I actually walk the opposite direction and it takes me about an hour to get to the Ramana Maharishi ashram, where Ramana Maharishi spent his life. It's amazing. And there's some really cool caves there that I've been going to and just meditating in the space. The whole place feels like energetically charged, like it's a powerful place. But then there's these spots where it's even more. And there's a lot of these spots, and at the Ramana Maharishi ashram, it's a wonderful place to meditate. So I've been going there, meditating as much as I can, having chai at the best chai spot across the street from the Ramana Maharishi or ashram, having dinner around there, and then I was walking back an hour every day. But this one guy who, it's so freaking crazy, he follows this guru who 2 people that I know, Imam and Mahalakshmi, follow as well, and they know each other. It was like small world, you know what I'm saying? But he saw me walking it every day and he started giving me a ride. So I see him in the evenings at the chai spot and then he gives me a ride back. I told him I was going to be gone for 5 days, so he wasn't looking for me, trying to give me a ride. Sorry, I ran into somebody, but luckily, the person I ran into knows the sadhu and saw him sitting out here, and it looks like I'll be able to find him again. I met this unique individual at the chai shop. It was pretty interesting meeting him because as soon as he came in my orbit, I could feel his energy. And I don't normally feel just normal people's energy, but this guy was literally radiating some sort of really good feeling energy that I could feel. And it just felt amazing being around him because of his energetic orbit. That guy invited me on a trip with a few other people, and we visited the Tiruvannamalai Hills. He considers the Arunachala mountain to be as father and the Tiruvannamalai Hills to be as mother. Quoted from the internet, it says, "The Arunachala mountain is a highly revered sacred site, considered the embodiment of Lord Shiva and a spiritual focal point, attracting pilgrims and devotees seeking enlightenment and spiritual growth." Also quoted from the internet, Tiruvannamalai is a powerful place where a Shiva temple is located on the top of a steep mountain. Both of these sacred sites and sacred mountains have powerful energies. I don't know what it is or what is going on, but if you can feel energy at all and you go to these places, it's quite a marvel. I don't know about you guys, but I am not used to being in energetically charged places. I'm really not used to feeling the vibes of mountains, and I was pretty skeptical when I was reading about Ramana Maharishi and these various sages who were completely drawn to these sacred sites. But being here is really like being in another world. It's amazing and you can feel it, and it just feels like something special is going on. It feels like something unexplainable is going on, and you talk to so many people and they are feeling it too, and you're just feeling the energies, they're feeling the energies, and it's just kind of like, wow, what is this? What's going on here? I don't know what's going on here, but there is something going on here. Meet my friend, the sadhu. I spent a good amount of time with this guy. He was very interesting. He had some kind of juju going on with him that I could feel, but I couldn't quite put my finger on what was going on with this guy. It was definitely interesting to be in his orbit and spend time. Sadhus are super common here in Tiru. They pretty much line the streets and the sidewalks of the Girivalam road. I got to know quite a few of them because the little chai shop across the street from where I stayed was right next to where a lot of the sadhus slept and came and drank chai. So it was cool getting to know lots of sadhus. I just finished my last meditation of the day here at the Ramana Maharishi ashram, and it's actually full moon day, and like so many people come from all over to walk the Girivalam road. On full moon day, it is so incredibly crowded, and in the meditation room, like look at this. You see all these people? It's craziness, and as the night progresses, it's just gonna get more and more and more. I was trying to meditate in the silent meditation room, and people just kept coming in and like walking around and sitting for a second and then leaving. Before coming here, I knew about the Girivalam Pradakshina because I had read about it, and I pictured something completely different, to be honest with you. I pictured this beautiful mountain with a dirt road or a hiking trail around it, and people were walking barefoot on like this dirt road right around the base of the mountain. I had no idea it was on a street with cars and motorbikes and shops and all this stuff. It was just not what I was picturing at all. But that's just how life goes. Things don't always meet our expectations. And as quoted from the internet, Girivalam Pradakshina is not just a walk. It is a deeply spiritual act with numerous benefits. Many devotees believe that by walking the 14 kilometers around Arunachala mountain, they receive blessings, healing, and spiritual elevation. Girivalam Pradakshina, or walking around a sacred hill in a clockwise direction, is a deeply spiritual practice believed to purify the body, mind, and soul, remove negative energies, and foster inner peace and spiritual enlightenment. It's like 7 o'clock right now, and as the night progresses, it's just gonna get more and more and more crowded to where like you can barely walk on the street, and vendors come out and they're selling stuff, and there's tea stalls, people selling food. It's like a whole experience. We're now on a motorbike, attempting to make it through this massive crowd. I asked someone why people are walking it barefoot, and they said in temples we take off our shoes, we walk barefoot. This is like basically walking around the temple of the Lord. So it's out of spiritual significance and reverence that people take off their shoes. This craziness happens every full moon, and apparently it's actually a smaller crowd this time. Usually it's even more packed. Now the road has narrowed, so there's more people. morning, everybody. It is the day after the full moon, and as you can see, there are still tons of people doing the Girivalam Pradakshina. I am walking the other way because I'm doing a walk that I do almost every day, and I walk from where I stay to the Ramana Maharishi ashram, and that takes about an hour. Sometimes people see me and they pick me up and drive me there on their scooter, but if not, I do the walk. The chai shop is right across the street from the Ramana Maharishi ashram, and it's kind of a meeting place where lots of people hang out, drink chai. There's lots of foreigners there. A lot of the foreigners go to the Ramana Maharishi ashram a lot and also go to the chai shop a lot. I actually have another chai shop that I visited so frequently that is right across from where I'm staying that they invited me to their wedding, but it happened to be that I was leaving town, so I wasn't able to go. But yeah, I went there. I was going there so much because it's right across the street from where I stay. But then I also go to this other chai shop, which is the one across from Ramana Maharishi ashram, that makes like the best chai. They put like ginger in it. It's just so amazing. And the main chai man, he's like the chai master. He is there all day, every day, from like 5 in the morning when they open to like midnight. Probably he was there all night because it was a full moon. We'll see if he's still there this morning. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good. You?
I'm doing very well. One my size, one small. Thank you.
So, Star, how are you feeling in India?
I'm feeling wonderful. Enjoying this delicious chai. I just walked for an hour, so I'm really sweaty.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to do next?
After my chai,
Interview.
I'm gonna head into the Ramana ashram and meditate for a while.
What are you going to meditate about?
Nothing.
Nothing. So, Star with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, nothing. I actually just hired an auto for the first time since being here for a month and a half because I got to the tea shop and realized that I forgot my money. And it would have been a 2-hour journey to walk there and back. Got it. Here's my clothes drying, by the way. This is how I was drying my clothes from the clothes that I washed. Here we go. I'm using my Turkish airline. They gave me this. I've been using it as my wallet. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this magical world that I entered here in India. I have one more destination that I'm headed to after this, so stick around for that. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you did, also please give it a thumbs up. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.